Like the Rolling Stones say, start me up. Like the guy that starts the Indy 500 says, gentlemen, start your engines. We're here to tell you who to start. So I say, producer. Welcome to another edition of the Fantasy Forecast with Grindberg and Bigz. I am Bigz. He is Grindberg. Schultzy is also in the building. We got a great show for you today. It's about starting these dudes in fantasy that are going to help win you your week if you just listen to us. We had a pretty good track record last week. Nailed some big uns, and so this week we're rolling strong into the weekend. Yeah, I got a couple of doozies.
We've been pretty much on a heater since week 3 there, guys, and Schultzy's leading the way and continue doing that. Let's get into our starts. The sits one, it's never easy to get through our sits because, you know, they're top tier guys usually that we got to kind of consider keeping them on our bench or, you know, tempering our expectations. But these guys, let's go full bore. Bigz, let's start with you. Let's get your first start of the week.
Fire up Green Bay Packers wide receiver Romeo Doubs. Now, the Green Bay Packers wide receiver room is one that I'm on record as saying, don't like it. Didn't draft a whole lot of shares simply because there are a lot of moving parts. There are a lot of options for Jordan Love. And like I said in the sit show with the Buffalo wide receiver room, you can never really pinpoint who the leader is going to be. Is it going to be Tucker Kraft? Is it going to be Dontavian? Well, no, it's never going to be Dontavian. He just drops too many balls. Super good wide receiver. But this week it's Romeo Doubs. And he has started to emerge in the absence of Jaden Reed. Romeo Doubs has started to emerge as Jordan Love's primary target, the guy he feels safe with. And it's no surprise that he's been the most consistently on the field. He has an EPA per route of 0.269, and he's going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals defense allows 0.168 EPA per route to wide receivers. That means that they make wide receivers better. If you recall the sit show, I was using the EPA per play thanks to Sumer Sports Sumer Brain AI stat generator. Whatever you think, you just put in there and it pops up. So shout out to Sumer Sports. I've always used them, and this is the best tool that they've had. But if you remember, Jalen Waddle had a positive EPA per play, and there are some, like Khalil Shakir has a positive EPA per play, but the defenses that they're going against have negative EPA per plays. Cincinnati Bengals adds value to wide receivers. And when we look, they're in the top 10 or in the bottom 10 in points allowed to wide receivers in fantasy, sitting right at 20. That's because you can run the ball on them too, because a lot of times you're leading. But you know, it's going to be a matchup where Jordan Love is going to want to make at least a couple touchdown passes, and those are probably going to be going to Romeo Doubs. So fire him up.
Yeah, I like that one. I agree with you there, Bigz. A great matchup. And kind of was on the same train when they played Dallas a couple of weeks ago. I had Matthew Golden had a pretty good game, but all the big-time touchdown passes went to Romeo Doubs, as I think it's going to happen again this week there for you, Bigz. And I think it's a great call. So, yeah, let's move on to one of my starts of the week here, guys. And I'm really liking what I saw last week from Rashid Shaheed, and things are starting to open up for him. And with Kellen Moore under the command there, he's been reaping the benefits. Spencer Rattler gaining some confidence and more trust in his arm. The Saints' passing game is showing flashes of explosive potential. Shaheed, we know he's known for that blazing speed. He showcased exactly why he's such a deep threat last weekend. Yeah, he tuned in like a routine catch and turned it into an electrifying 87-yard touchdown run. Now, on Sunday, he faces the New England Patriots secondary that struggles to contain dynamic wide receivers downfield, making this a great juicy matchup for the speedster. While Shaheed's overall production has been boomer or bust, his ability to flip the field with one play gives him high upside, and I think this is the week against a vulnerable defense that is susceptible to long bombs. I'm liking this connection with Rattler early and often, and I think there's going to be a highlight reel moment in this game, and Shaheed is going to be the spotlight behind that one. So fire up Rashid Shaheed this week, folks.
Somebody clip that and send it to Cooter Doodle.
There you go.
Hey, did you see real quick? Someone on Twitter posted about that Shaheed and Jamison Williams came into the league together, and Shaheed has put up better stats since they've come in.
Yeah, it's not surprising
that we wanted Jamison to be.
Wonder how all those Jamison Amon Ross stands are going now. All right, let's move on to Schultzy. Your one of your starts of the week here.
Yeah, so the first one here, I mean, honestly, I don't have a ton to say about this guy, but it's Stefon Diggs. Look, if you drafted him, he was a pretty good discount. We've talked so many times about like giving a young quarterback that guy at wide receiver, and this was like kind of the projection you saw coming from Diggs, but it's coming to life right in front of our eyes as we're watching Drake May flourish in front of our eyes. And let's be real, this is a Drake May like post, you know. I'm preaching about Drake May, which in turn is a Stefon Diggs speech. Like, so literally the whole point here is throw this guy in the lineup. It's time the rest of the season. This week, sure, but it's time. Like, he's here. Like I said, back-to-back 100-yard games. He's fourth in the league already in target rate at 30%. Like, there is staying power here, and the snaps have been down. Like, they're going to continue to ramp up here as he's getting healthier. Like, all signs are pointing to this being a home run draft pick and a huge fantasy player the rest of the season. So buy into Stefon Diggs.
Let's go.
I can't argue that one. Had a monster week last week. You know, that connection is there, and I agree with you. All right, let's get into some spotlights here.
Yeah, somebody was right about the Drake May call.
Yeah, I wonder who that was. Yeah.
Schultz, you said something that kind of tickled my ear a little bit, and that it's time. And for those of you who have been waiting, like me, it is time for Ashton Jeanty. Ashton Jeanty has increased his, he's had a so-so year so far. But this week, he goes up against the Tennessee Titans. And digging into the numbers, the Tennessee Titans have allowed the second most points to running backs in fantasy, just behind the Cincinnati Bengals by a point, 24.4 points per game. That's not good news for the Titans because Ashton Jeanty is an absolute stud. And if he can earn his 80% snap share like he did a couple weeks ago, he's going to put up a game where he has over 100 yards, a couple of touchdowns. He's going to finish as a top 10 running back. The numbers haven't been fantastic, but it's time. It's time for Ashton Jeanty to go out there and shine. The Raiders are in trouble. They're in a really bad spot. By week 5, week 6, you really have to know what your weapons are and how to utilize them. And they know that Ashton Jeanty is going to be the crux of that offense. They know that they have to get the ball in his hands because he will make things happen. There's still questions about Brock Bowers. Jacoby Myers got shut down last week. Geno Smith has been an absolute interception machine. The Raiders need to go back to the drawing board, start at the beginning, establish the run, and the way they do that is going to be with Ashton Jeanty, and his success is going to drive this team. If they're going to have any hope over the next 12 games, it's all going to be on Ashton Jeanty's shoulders. That's why they drafted him with the 6th pick, and it's time.
Yeah, I mean, Schultzy nailed the last time that Jeanty was a huge start of the week, and I think this is a great opportunity here against the Titans, like you mentioned, Biggs. And I'm really worried about my Geno Smith shares headed into the latter half of this year, and I think Jeanty is going to be a big part of him staying in the game. So, yeah, let's go Jeanty, and I think this week is going to be a monster week for him. Yeah, totally agree. Let's go. All right, let's do my spotlight of the week here there, Schultzy. Now, if you've been kind of following us over the summer, you probably have an edge here, and you might have had him a little bit earlier than your league mates. And if you had the opportunity to pick up Jacory Croskey-Merrit off waivers earlier this season, or if you tailed us on the pulse, you probably already have him on your dynasty rosters, and you're probably reaping the benefits right now. And we 50 scrimmage yards, 2 touchdowns, proving he's a dynamic force in Washington's backfield. Now, as week 6 kicks off, he gets a Bears defense that is unusually generous to opposing running backs, and it's Monday Night Football. The spotlight will shine on this juicy matchup, and Jacory Croskey-Merrit is rising his workload and is paired up against that Chicago struggling run defense. It could mean another big night for the rookie, and fantasy managers should keep a close eye. This is the kind of game that could make or break a season, and last week, if you were able to get him in your lineup, great for you. This week, I think you're going to get even more so. I think there was a situation here where now that Jaden Daniels is back in, Jacory Croskey-Merrit has been the most efficient runner for the Washington Commanders, and it's clear as day to me. I think he's taken over that backfield, and I think he's here to stay, and it's going to be another big game for him against the Bears.
Yeah, man, I hit the same boat with Javonte Williams a couple weeks ago, and yeah, dude, the Bears' run defense is pretty brutal, and yeah, dude, I'm in.
All right, Schultzy.
Start Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
Heard.
Get your start in here there, Schultzy. Let's go.
All right. Okay, here we go. My start of the week spotlight is Tetairoa. Don't call him Tet McMillan. And we gotta put some emphasis here. Don't call him Tet. The man does not want to be called Tet. He said it publicly, and everybody still does it. What are we doing? Stop it.
I told everybody at the beginning of the season.
Right. It's still happening, man. It's crazy. Anyways, anytime you can play and pick against the Dallas Cowboys defense, we're going to do it. They're just a sieve of a defense. Everybody scores points against them. Doesn't matter. Now, I talked about on the Sits show that Justin Fields really struggled, but he turned it around, got some garbage points. And you know what? If you're a viewer of any of these programs, you know how I feel about Bryce Young. I think he's god-awful. But I'm not afraid of starting Tetairoa here because he's a beast. And Bryce Young can get the ball to the dude who's 6.5 feet tall and just goes up and makes plays. But the thing I love most about McMillan here is the usage has just been massive to start the rookie campaign here. He's 7th in targets. He's gotten 8+ every single game. 16th in target share, 12th in snap share, 5th in routes run, 8th in route participation. So the usage and the volume here for him has just been off the charts. Like, you cannot ask for more for a rookie here. And against this defense that we watched Russell Wilson absolutely carve up, and he retired a week and a half later. Like, whoever has gone against these guys has done damage. So this could even be a solid week for Bryce Young. Like, my first thought was like, I'm going to start the quarterback against the Cowboys. But then I saw it was Bryce Young, and I was like, I can't do that to myself. But we go over to Tetairoa. We ride. I love this guy. He's a great player. The talent is off the charts. And like I said, usage is off the charts, and the matchup is off the charts this week. And he's outside of the top 24 so far because his QB stinks. So, boom, he's a start spotlight.
Don't tell me how much I can ask of a rookie.
Just ask Mecca Ibuka.
I haven't even begun to ask of a rookie.
There you go. All right, folks.
Hey, we got a lot of great shows for you, including Breakfast with Bigz, 8:30 a.m. West Coast time on Sunday mornings. You know, have a breakfast cocktail, ask some starts and sits questions. It's a fun time. Spilled Coffee comes after that. That's a great show, too. A lot of really cool, super cool hosts and hostess. We have our waiver wire show to wrap up every week. That'll be coming out next Tuesday. Points After Thursday on Thursday nights. And all the myriad shows right here on Fantasy Sports Advice Network. You'll love them all. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, order merch at the merch store, fantasysportsadvice.com. Go get your membership. There's a lot of really cool jersey leagues that are going on right now. And if you get in now, you can be part of that next season and come beat us for jerseys.
Come beat us and come join us because we're building champions and you will be one of them if you join us. So hopefully everybody have a great week and we hope you win.
We hope you win.
We hope you win.
We are here. We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com, offering the best fantasy sports social media platform. Why join endless Discord communities or the trolls of Reddit? Fantasy Sports Advice is a community designed to help you win with 24/7 support. Go to FantasySportsAdvice.com and become a pro member for unlimited access. Again, go to FantasySportsAdvice.com today. We are here. We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com.